All right, welcome to another edition of the Figure Eight Podcast Show, brought to you by Shoot Hoops Not Bullets, where we shoot to score, not to kill. We are your hosts. I'm Mark Love. To my right, I got Oak Park's finest, the Rocket Man himself, Holly Rocket. What's up, family?
Man, nothing much, man. Welcome to another edition, man. Happy to be here.
All right, before we get into the show, man, this episode is sponsored by Coca-Cola Consolidated, the largest Coca-Cola bottler in the United States. Shout out to my man AP and his team for the great work they do with community engagement and their investment in the youth. Tay, before we get started, man, won't you tell them what this show is about for all the first-time viewers that's looking for us?
Hey, man, the Figure Eight podcast was created to create a safe space to give young college, high school athletes that's up and coming a platform to tell their story and to plug whatever it is that they got going on in life and in society. The Figure Eight podcast is their home for you to get to know 'em.
Say no more. Further ado, we got a special guest in the building, HD Woodson, super senior, defensive end, tight end, Darnell Robinson. What's up, family? Welcome to the show.
What's up, man? How your day going?
It's coolin', man.
Good there.
So, first off, man, I went to Baloo, so we kind of got a thing about HD. that was so long ago. But first off, let me ask you, what's your favorite position to play?
DM.
DN.
Yeah.
Okay. What are some avenues that you took to get to where you are today? Tell me about your upbringing. Tell me about what it was like growing up for you.
I'm gonna start growing up. Moved here when I was about 3 months. Me, my mother, and my father. Moved around Wingate. Wasn't really playing no sports, just playing games. I actually, before football, I got into soccer, swimming, baseball, multiple sports, and then I started playing football and felt like a home for me, and I stuck with it, and I just kept going with that. But some avenues and things that I do to keep myself on track, man, is just training and keeping the main thing.
Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. I will say this: a lot of people sleep on swimming. I was a proud member of the swim team. It's pretty dope.
Yeah.
It's definitely pretty dope. Keep the lower body tight. Let's say that, especially like when you running, you jumping, you doing all these extracurriculums. So, but swimming is definitely a underrated sport.
Right.
All right. So let me ask you this: what's your favorite part about being a student at HD, a student athlete at HD Woodson? Tell me a little bit about that school experiences. What it's like being one of the big men on campus. Yeah, I can imagine your experience walking through the hallway is different from a lot of other people. So tell me about being a student athlete at your school and what responsibility it holds.
The responsibility, I'm gonna start off with that, is always you got to maintain your grades, come to school on time, respectful, and always just making sure you're a student before an athlete. Walking around the building, of course, it's always different. You're an athlete, you balling out on Fridays and Saturdays, so people gonna show love. But it also comes with different other stuff. You always got a target on your back. Always got to make sure you're in class. Always got to make sure you're on your P's and Q's.
So why did you choose HD? Was that like the neighborhood school, or you went there specifically for football?
To be honest, I was just in middle school, and I just picked that school, and I got lucky. It was a good football team.
Okay, I feel you. I feel you. Growing up in the area, it's nothing like you being a high school athlete and stuff, man. It's nothing like game day. What it's nothing like walking down that tunnel or walking onto the court. Everybody going crazy, the crowd. What are some of the tools you like to use before your game start? Before a game, like what music you like to listen to? How do you get yourself in game mode? What are some things you like to do?
Start off with the week, making sure you just prepare for the week.
Okay.
Film, just making sure you got your mind right on your opponent, studying, eating right, and I always listen to my tunes the week, and just preparing mentally and physically.
How do you mentally prepare? A lot of people hear that saying or hear that phrase, and don't really know how to grasp what it means to be mentally strong. So how do you like to mentally prepare for your opponent?
Meditate. That's how I really get the mental right and the mind.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good. That's great. That's a good tool.
Yeah, but for the opponents, just studying. The game get easy as you study.
Meditation is definitely a strong attribute to help keep the mind clear. It's nothing like being in a tranquil state. Everything closed off. It helps create that feeling that you have, when you go into the field or when you're walking on the course. So meditation is definitely a key. I did not expect for you to say that. So that's great that you actually meditate and understand the importance of it. That's pretty dope.
Yeah. So with that wellness model, how do you balance the football and the sport? I mean, and the academics, the school.
Academics. Um, Simple. When I'm in school, I focus on school. After practice, I focus on football. If I got to do homework, of course, I do tutoring after. Stay back for class or just might just go for lunch. But I always focus on one thing at one time.
So I will say this, like, so the school experiences is a lot different. When I was in school, so let's take like lunch for instance.
Okay.
Like when I was in school, lunchtime come, you know how it is. You got your popular crowd, you got your kids that you got your hookers, the kids that sometimes come to school. You got your pretty girl table. You got all these stables that you trying to but being an athlete pretty much isolates you in itself. It puts you in a class where you pretty much only hang out with like football players or basketball players. So I haven't been in the schools in a long time. Give me an example of what it's like for you to, you know, I'll paint a scenario for you. You walk into the field, you got the crowd chanting your name and stuff. A little kid come up to you, and right before you step on the field, a little kid say to you, "How do I get to where you are?" What would you tell that little kid?
That's a good question. Um, First thing first, you can't do it if you don't got passion for the game.
Absolutely.
You gotta have passion for the game, and then that just comes with it. Going through years, you're gonna go through different things, different bumps. You just gotta take it one by one, focusing, studying, and always training, man. You're never gonna get better if you don't train.
Absolutely.
You can always be naturally skilled, but you always gotta train to get better.
You gotta put in the extra work. Absolutely, man. And I agree. I wholeheartedly. And like you said, some people are just naturally talented.
Yeah.
They don't have to work as hard. But if they do put forth that extra effort, then that will take them to the next plateau.
Right.
So, but we've interviewed a lot of athletes and stuff. Like I can hear the passion
Yeah.
in your voice when you talk about what it is that you do, what it takes for you to be where you are today, and I can see that you take it serious, man. And I can respect that about you. Like I can see it in your face when I ask you certain questions. It's like, man, you're gonna go a long way. You keep that mentality, you keep that work ethic, you you stay on your path. You're gonna go as far as as you can. The sky's the limit for you.
So being a senior on your team, I know you got a lot of seniority. What's your role that you play on your team aside from your position? Are you like in the leadership role, captain?
Leadership as a senior, you got all the underclassmen looking up to you. They always gonna follow your lead in what you do. If they see you BS and not taking things serious, they're gonna follow your role. Because at the end of the day, they still got another year, another 2 years, but they still got to take that year seriously, full you. So you got to set that path and that tone for them to let them know.
So let me ask you this: what would you say is harder, navigating the people, like meaning staying away from the bad crowd, staying away from the girls, keeping yourself, putting yourself in a position to not get in any trouble? Would you say is that the hardest thing about being a student athlete, or would you say it's the schoolwork?
Um, I would say the schoolwork
Okay.
because I feel like you surround yourself around the people that you want to be. Like, it ain't that hard to tell certain people no. And as you get older, you're going to have to tell certain people no
A
and
lot of
just
people know.
separate yourself from a lot of people. But the schoolwork, it definitely could be difficult for certain people because some people just not good at certain things. Like me, I know I'm not good at math, so that's difficult for me.
So when you come to those conundrums where you get in a flux or you might need help, what advice can you give student athletes as far as asking for the help that they need to get the grades that they have to have in order to play?
Number one thing is you shouldn't feel less to ask for help. You can ask your peers, your teammates, your teacher, anybody for help. Because at the end of the day, you still got to play. You got to do whatever you need to do to play. So you got to just complete that.
And then they teachers, like literally, they're there for that. Like,
pretty much,
like they
pretty
literally there to help with any problem that you may have. But me growing up, I had a lot of friends where they didn't know how to ask for help. So you'll have people like me and a few of my other friends. We would actually do the homework for them so everybody could play. But that wasn't us helping him.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So speaking up and being able to, let people let people know that you might need help or you might not understand this and making that a comfortable norm because people don't speak up as much as because they uncomfortable with saying how they feel and stuff. But just normalizing asking for help, I think that's a huge practice that a lot of the youth need to pick up on because, like you said, you don't know everything. And that's literally what the teacher's there for, to help you. So ask for it. It's there.
Okay, so let's talk about this past season y'all had at HD. I know y'all just took a heartbreaking loss in the playoffs, but how would you rate your season this year?
I would say that the season was great, but I always had one mission: states.
Yeah.
We came short, but football it comes with losses and wins. At the end of the day, one team gonna lose, somebody gonna win.
How did that make you feel? Like, once the clock struck 0, what was going through your mind?
It's my last time being on the high school field, playing with some of the dudes I'm playing with. It definitely you go through all your moments through your whole high school career, your whole senior year, what you could have done, but it really sinks in after, especially when film come out.
Come on, yeah, absolutely. And I agree with him. Like that one, it's like, man, like this the last bus ride, and we've been, especially like when you at the same school and you pretty much, graduate with your same players and stuff. I'm pretty sure you played with a lot of the same dudes for a while.
Yeah, especially building that team camaraderie from ninth
Exactly,
grade.
yeah. So it's like starting over again. Once y'all all, graduate and y'all, go y'all separate ways. Some of y'all gonna go to the same school, some of y'all won't. It's just like, but understanding that, this was your last game here, but truly the start of your journey. Yes, sir. Like you on your way.
So you play under Coach Fuller, right? Coach Fuller, head coach of there. So how was that playing under him?
Hardworking man, always wants the best for his players. He gonna let you know about yourself too, if you BSing or anything. But always wants to see his players succeed, even if it's not even football. Just growing up as a man, because at the end of the day, it's still another life at the high school.
What's something about your coach that you'll never forget? That's always gonna be a part of your characteristic that you learn from him.
Cursing you out, man. Genuinely letting you know when you BSing or something. It don't matter if you made a play. He always gonna let you know.
But you can respect that, like you kind of got to, because like he cared enough to get emotional enough about your play, about everything, because he actually cared about how you turn out and what you do. Like the coaches that just let people do what they want, they're not as invested. But coaches that, my coach cried one time because he was like, man, like we was BSing, not going to class, all that stuff. So he caught us in the hallway and he was like, brought tears to his eyes. And that affected me differently because like if this man cared about me enough to cry, like I got to go to bat for him. So I can appreciate how you feel about your coach and working hard and, being a star student, star athlete for him. Like that goes a long way. He'll never forget you either, trust me.
Right.
Yeah, as it's being the end of your high school career, what would you say was your most proudest moment playing for HD?
My proudest moment, I could say a game.
That game, yeah.
Roosevelt, when we got that win, that really secured us being in the playoffs because after the losses we took after that game. And I got, I would say, a sack that sealed the game. Yeah.
And hey, that's dope. All right, so we gotta know about your goats.
Well, before we get into that, since you said sacks, let's just segue into you leading the team, your team at sacks, and
Yeah.
being like one of the top players in the city with sacks. What makes you a good sack artist?
Technique, man. I will always say the lineman is like dancing, man. You gotta have good feet, good hands, and trainer. I always train with Coach Scrap and Coach Tank.
That's dope.
What's up?
How you go about dieting? Like when it's season, when in season, is there certain things you like to eat? Is certain things that you wish you could eat but you stay away from just to like when in season, give me your favorite meal in season. What's the first thing you eat when the season over?
Chipotle. That's the idea.
Nah, but I get that. Chipotle is actually fitting, especially for athletes,
Yeah.
because you get all your protein, you get your vegetables, you get everything at Chipotle. So I definitely get that. All right, so what you look forward to eating the most on Thursday?
Macaroni.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Macaroni.
Okay. So what would you say was your best game in your career at HD?
Best game in my career. I'm gonna say in league games. I'm not gonna cut out of league games. My best in league game. I'm trying to think of all our games. I'm gonna say a game we won, which is Rose. But
Okay.
stat wise, it's Dunbar.
Dunbar.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was the stat?
For Dunbar, it was like 4 sacks,
God.
like 9 tackles, and 2 for loss.
That's crazy. I wish you was my defensive player on my fantasy.
Mm.
that's a Sunday right there.
Oh man.
So let me ask you this: you have what's your relationship with the basketball team? Y'all cool? You football players, you and basketball players.
Yeah.
Some schools they cool, some schools they don't get along at all.
We mutual.
We got along with our football team. So what about you? How y'all live with y'all basketball team?
We mutual.
Y'all mutual, okay. You got any athletes in the your basketball team that's taking the next step that might be going to the next level?
I don't know all of them, but I definitely see some talent in there.
What about your teammates? Is there any teammates that you want to plug that we need to be looking out for?
Yeah, a couple of them.
Shout them out.
Let's
Let's go.
start with the trenches.
Oh man.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
center, the general,
Oh, yeah.
Keith.
Keith, what's his first and last? You know his last name?
Yeah, Keith Petty.
Okay. Shout out Keith.
I'm gonna name all the seniors.
Okay.
Right guard and right tackle, Antoine Moore. DN, Devin one plays from the other side of me, and our tight end, Deontay Harris. Running back, strong safety, Allen Austin. Our corner, Isaiah Williams. And our safety, Eugene Jordan. That's all our seniors I can think of right now.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's what's up.
2 more, matter of fact. Our 2 linebackers. Micah Daniels and Keyshawn Mack, number 6 and number 9.
Shout out to all y'all. Shout out to all y'all, man. All y'all, definitely.
Yes, indeed. So what would you say is the toughest team you played?
Martinsburg, Virginia team.
Really?
Why? Why was they so tough?
Some dogs over there. They breed dogs in Virginia. That's like they football in Virginia. They take that serious. Like that's their life throughout
Football,
since a
yeah.
baby. They take
So-
that serious over there.
Let me ask you this. Ideally, what's your... All right, so I want to know this. What's the top 3 schools you would like to go to?
I'm gonna say my dream college.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
go.
Dream college always been Ohio State, Buckeyes since a kid.
That's his team.
Always the Buckeyes.
Let's go.
And I've been messing with LSU, NOLA,
Okay.
Mhm.
student section. I love it.
Okay.
Third one, trying to think. I'm gonna say a low one, like Auburn.
Okay.
Auburn.
Those some good choices. All right. So before you tell me about your goats, because I want to know about your top 5 favorite players, no matter the position, no matter college, NFL. Before I ask you that, I want to know family. Are you very family oriented? Are you close with your family? What was it like growing up with you? Do you have a big family? Like family is important. Like
Right.
we get the athletes on here and we talk about them, but getting to know about how they was brought up
Their
is
upbringing,
also
yeah.
important too. So tell
Definitely.
us about your family.
See, I have a small, short family.
Mhm.
Not too many of us, so I always keep in contact with them. Growing up, I actually moved here. I moved from North Carolina.
Okay.
Mom came down, got a job with my father, and we always just been close family. Always keep in
Close-knit
contact.
family,
My
yeah.
little brother Mason, my step brother. It's a short family. We always keep in contact. There's not too many of us, and at the end of the day, this is all we got.
Yeah,
For real.
exactly. Yeah, and I always stress bringing up family because it's like a lot of these athletes, your family is what most of the time bring you to this dance. Like you get the love of football from your dad or your uncles and stuff. Like most of my men that can cook, they mother taught them. So it's like family is important. The structure of the family is important. You feel me? And a lot of the athletes are motivated by family. They want to put their family in a better place, put their family in a better situation and stuff. So just having a love and respect for your family. So I always ask questions about family, and I'm glad to see that your family are close and that y'all very tight knitted. That's beautiful.
And since we're talking about the upbringing in the beginning, let's talk about the beginning of your sports history. Like, where did you start playing football?
Bald Eagle.
Okay.
You.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Shameless plug. Shameless plug. But after you went on, because I had you like maybe 7, 8, 9. After you moved on from Ball Eagle, where did you play?
I played with Mercy Boys, City Life,
Mm-hmm.
and then I went to Marshall Heights,
Okay.
and then I got in high school ball.
Okay. All right, so let me know about I need to know your top 5 favorite football players. No matter the position,
No matter.
no matter if they're in college, if they're in the NFL, they can be in the Canadian League. I don't care. I need to know your top 5.
All right. Luke Kuechly.
Okay. Whew, that's
Okay. Von Miller on the Broncos.
okay.
Here we go. Odell.
Odell. Okay.
Giants.
Okay.
Y'all know about him. Jalen Ramsey on the Jaguars.
Okay.
What am I at 4?
Yeah, you got one more.
And Cam Newton.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a good 5.
That's tough.
That's a good 5.
That's tough.
Those are yeah.
That's tough.
Why Cam Newton?
Generational. Had a great run.
Yeah, Cam was my man.
yeah.
Don't too many Cam. It be a lot of Cam slander going on out here, man. Cam Newton, man.
That's the
You
problem.
can't knock what he did on the field.
He
though,
went
man.
15-1.
Yeah.
Well, arguably his best receiver being who? Ted Ginn.
Right.
And
Kick returner.
like he'll kick you exactly. Like put more respect on Cam. Hey Cam, man, we love you, man. Over here,
yeah.
man. Like you
No
that guy.
doubt.
So when you watch football on Sundays, right?
Yeah.
What are you looking for? Like if I'm
Looking-
watching the game with you, like watching something with someone else is always a different experience.
Yeah.
I know when I watch basketball games, I look to see if most people can go left, if this person can actually defend. Like it's a lot of little nuances that I'm looking for. So when you watch a football game or you watching defenders, what is it that you look for, and how do you take away and say that's a good player?
You always look to see what he did to get him there at the spot he in now, the way he plays, and also to study his game to see what he's doing that I can also put in my game and get better at. And also just enjoying the game.
Absolutely. And that's like It's like 60% of the battle. Like so many people get caught up in winning and losing.
Yeah.
They don't have fun. You feel what I'm saying? But when you can have fun while winning,
Right.
it's the formula. So yeah.
So what's your favorite NFL team?
Ravens.
Ravens.
I like the Browns.
Winston on the run now.
Man, listen, man. I think y'all in the Detroit Lions is gonna be the Super Bowl. Cause they not gonna if they let Patrick Mahomes win again, then I don't know if they
I'm tired
not
of
gonna let
watching
him
that.
lose. But I at the beginning of the season, I put a bet that y'all will win the AFC and that the Lions will win the NFC. And if the Lions and the Ravens go to the Super Bowl, I can win like $5,500 or $100. So yeah. So let's go. I'm rooting for the Ravens this year. I'm rooting for y'all this year. I'm rooting for that. But Lamar Jackson, in my opinion, has the hardest job on Sunday. Nobody's asked to do what he's asked to do on a Sunday.
Right.
You feel me? So the love and admiration and respect that I have for y'all quarterback, man. And fun fact, he's the only black 2-time MVP.
I never even knew that.
Exactly. You feel what I'm saying? Like all these athletes, all the years, what we at 100 years of football. You feel me? Like it's only been one black man to win MVP twice, and that's Lamar Jackson.
Might go on back to back this year.
Hey, I hope so. I hope he do. But
And that's crazy for all the
all
dirt
the
he get
all that
man,
shit.
crazy.
He's the only black athlete to
crazy.
win MVP twice.
That's crazy.
You know, and we got some of the best. We got Megatrons of this world. We got like Cam Newton's, Mike. Like we got some of the best athletes to ever live.
Right.
The only person to ever win MVP twice is Lamar Jackson. So when you talk about Lamar, definitely respect that man because that's the only black 2-time MVP in the history of the National Football League.
That's about to be my comeback when they be talking about him.
Oh, Lamar.
That's definitely about to be my comeback.
So I do. You like games?
Yeah.
NCAA or Madden?
NCAA.
You don't like Madden?
Madden cool, but like in college football, you gotta think about it, like college football. It got even like the student section. Like you get game balls.
For real?
Yeah. Like
See, all right. So I played the NCAA slightly. I mean, I played the Madden, but I kind of soured on Madden for a couple years because I felt as though they were selling me the same game over and over again. All they do is just update the rookie roster and then they send it back out.
Right.
So, but the NCAA is definitely on another level. I love it. I love playing it and stuff. I can't. These youngest, man, I can't even tackle nobody. But hopefully, man, you know, one day we'll be picking you. And yes, indeed. Right. You feel me? And we, you know, I just, like I told you, I meet a lot of youngers. We do a lot of interviews and stuff. Like the passion in your voice when I hear you talk about the love of your sport, the admiration for your teammates, the love you got for your family. Like you can feel your passion when you talk. And as long as you keep that love and that, and you know that fiery edge, there's nothing you can't accomplish, man. Like, I can really feel it when I talk to you that, you know, you gonna go far. You gonna go to some places that everybody can't go with you, but you definitely on your way.
So speaking of your future, like where do you see yourself like in 5 years? Let's say.
Dream is always to play in the NFL. But if that doesn't go my way, just stable. Nice job. And just living. It's the only way to go.
Would you be opposed to coaching?
Yeah. I would coach after I got all my stuff together. I would definitely coach, though.
You would definitely coach.
Yeah.
Nah, because I will say this, like, it's a joy. It's a different type of joy, especially when you see something in your athletes, and or some of them got like talent, like just like Love coach you, Love coach me. Yeah, he was my coach, my first coach, basketball, soccer, like everything. And I'm 36. You know, like this man has been a godsend, not just to me, for pretty much all my friends, but he always, like how we presented this platform for y'all to tell y'all story, plug y'all games, and, you know, be known. He created a safe space for us, which was Ball Eagle. Right. Like a lot of us stayed out of trouble because of Mark and because he gave us a place to go be somebody we wasn't. So if we wanted to be Power Rangers and flip off the wall,
They
he
definitely
gave us
did
mess
that.
to do it. If we wanted to go back and be Stone Cold Steve Austin and rock bottom somebody, he gave us the mess to do it. You feel me? So just always appreciating and taking full advantage of every opportunity that come your way, because given your talent, given your size, given your abilities, a lot of them are gonna come your way. Just always remember that all good money ain't all money ain't good money, and you're never too old to get some advice.
Yeah. So what was some of your role models growing up? I mean, because I know I've coached you when you was young, and piggyback on the Rocket said. When I went to the game the other day and saw you play, you was lining up in your stands, and I was like, man, damn, I remember when he was like 6'7". Man, me and Coach Bowden was trying to teach him how to do the L, the seal it. I mean, he got that perfected now, man. So yeah, but coming up, who was your role models?
My mother, my father.
My father, okay.
Two hardworking people.
That's what's up.
And you don't really get that answer like your parents say everything. You feel me?
Right.
Like your so the fact that you appreciate, you know, who it is and what it is that they do and have been through for you. You feel me? Because being a parent ain't easy. I got a 14-year-old daughter that play basketball for Curl. You feel me? And I sacrificed a lot. So whenever I go to her games and I see her running up and down the field, it's like this. It's this filming of overwhelming joy that just brings tears to your eyes. So I know when Pop see you out there on that field and he's happy, like you a son and you actually doing it and you doing it well. Like, so congratulations, man, and I know that they proud of you. I'm sure that they proud of you.
So do you got any schools looking for you?
I had to visit a Bowie.
Okay.
Looking out to a couple colleges, sitting on my huddle.
Okay.
What's up? All right, Tay, you got anything else, Tay?
Them rapid questions. We got
Yeah.
we got get
Say
him some
no
rapid
more.
fire
Okay,
questions.
So before we get into the rapid fire, man, I know Thanksgiving a couple of days away, man. What you thankful for?
Life, waking up every day, my family, the ones that support me every day.
You cooking on Thursday? You making anything?
I wish.
between
Wish I
me,
can.
but between me and you, my grandmother asked me to fry some chicken. But also between me and you, I'm going to hip hop. So yeah, I ain't fried that.
I'll probably wake up late when the food get done anyway, though. I'll probably stay in bed, get my name called, and go down there.
Ain't mad at you on that one. All right, well, we about to get in this segment we call it Switch. Just rapid fire questions. First thing that come to your head, that's your answer. You ready?
All right.
All right, here we go. IG or TikTok?
IG.
Hip hop? Oh, go ahead. TikTok. Okay. Hip hop or go-go?
Hip hop.
All right, so you play both sides of the ball. So a touchdown reception or a QB sack fumble for a touchdown?
QB sack fumble.
Funniest teammate on your team?
Keith.
What's his last name? So we
Petty.
can plug it. Keith Petty, okay.
General.
General. It's the best teammate you ever played with.
Shout out to all of them.
All of them. Okay, so
that's fair enough.
Okay, you HD Woodson, right? So which team would you like to beat the most? Anacostia, Blue, or Eastern?
Eastern.
Eastern. All right.
Shout out to Dunbar, too. I really try to beat them.
All right, playing football in the rain or the snow?
Snow.
If they made a high school video game, right?
Mhm.
What would your player rating be, and what would be your best attribute?
Speed, and I'm a solid 93, 94.
Hey, I can appreciate that. I can appreciate that. Because you ain't just go straight up 99. Hey.
All right, last one. What's your coach yell at you about the most?
What is fully yelling at me the most? I'm going to say walking on the field after something happened. I did a play or something. Trying to catch my breath right quick.
Yeah.
Okay. And every time that's like our last question for the athletes, like about the coaching stuff, and everybody always give it that that chuckle.
Yeah.
Like, Well, man, I will say this, man. Like I said earlier, man, it's been an absolute pleasure getting to meet you. Just hearing your answers and hear how like in depth that you go into when you speaking on what you speaking on. Like you're very passionate about what you do. You're very passionate about going to the next level. I can see your love and admiration for your family. Like you're gonna go a long way, and all I can do is all I can be happy is that we had you on our show, you know. So before all the glitz and glamour, we want to thank you for coming in,
No doubt.
spending time with us. Thank Pops for coming, bringing you out, man. You guys could be anywhere, but you here with us, and we definitely thank and appreciate you for coming out. Anything you want to add, love?
Man, just like, share, subscribe to the podcast, Figure Eight Podcast. For any athletes in the city that's trying to get on, man, hit us up.
We on all social media.
Yes, indeed.
You can find us. Yeah, this has been a Figure Eight podcast. I'm Rocket. This love. Till next time, keep it moving.
Peace.